What's up, Falcons Nation? It's your boy Jew coming at you with another Atlanta Falcons video. As always, Falcons Nation, rise up. In today's video, I want to give some quick Atlanta Falcons news. But if you're new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button. Hit that notification bell so you'll know when I've done Atlanta Falcons content or Cleveland Cavalier content. I really appreciate you guys continuing to tune into the channel. We are on the road to 1K, so definitely continue to share out my content. If you would like to follow your boy on Twitter, you can follow me at Jew Talk Sports. But with that being said, let's jump right into the video. So if you haven't heard already, breaking news, the Atlanta Falcons did cut Ricardo Allen, free safety, Allen Bailey, defensive end for our Atlanta Falcons, and backup quarterback Benkert. All of these guys were cut today by our Atlanta Falcons. I wish these guys nothing but the best. First off, the biggest cut of the day was Ricardo Allen. I did see the writing on the wall. If you go back and watch his post-game press conference, the last game of the season, he talked about, after we played the Buccaneers, he talked about a lot of players possibly not coming back. And the reporter basically asked him, did he want to come back next season? And he pretty much knew the writing was on the wall, being that a whole new regime was coming in. Dan Quinn was fired. Thomas Dimitroff was fired. And pretty much the whole coaching staff was let go. So I think Ricardo Allen seen the writing on the wall. He did say that he still wants to play in this league, but he did see the writing on the wall that he possibly wouldn't be an Atlanta Falcon. He did tell the reporter at the time, during the last game of the season in his press conference, that he wanted to come back if he was wanted back. But I think he knew that the writing was on the wall. I knew the writing was on the wall, and all of us pretty much at AFN, Atlanta Falcons Nation, has been saying that Ricardo Allen was going to be one of the players that was going to be cut. Just to him having, just the way that the season went last year, he was one of the players that Dan Quinn kind of cultivated. If you remember, prior to Dan Quinn coming to Atlanta, Ricardo Allen was one of those players that was cut by Mike Smith, who was our previous coach. And when Dan Quinn came in, he changed Ricardo Allen from a cornerback to a free safety. And to me, Ricardo Allen is one of my favorite players on this Atlanta Falcons team over the last couple seasons. He was definitely one of the captains of the defense, one of the leaders on this team, one of the vocal leaders, one of the guys that everybody looked up to in the locker room. So he is going to be sorely missed here in Atlanta. Like I said, I wish him nothing but the best. His body did start to betray him a little bit after he had that Achilles injury, I believe it was 2 seasons ago. He kind of lost some of his athleticism. And I really just think over the last couple seasons, his play kind of declined. Now, I do blame a lot of the struggles for Ricardo Allen on the coaching schemes by Dan Quinn, playing a lot of single high safety. Ricardo Allen never really had great range, but he really lost a lot of his range when he had that Achilles injury. So I kind of blame a lot of the mishaps that took place last year on the defense. I kind of blame it on Dan Quinn. The style of defense we were playing, the style of defense that cover 3, single high safety, and us sitting back in a lot of zone coverages, a lot of soft zone coverages, and not attacking the opponent. So I feel like a lot of our defensive players looked a lot worse than they were. This past season, we were one of the worst defenses in the league this past season. And I don't put that strictly on the players. I do think that they have some responsibility, but I put a lot of the responsibility and I put a lot of the onus on the coaching this past season. But I do wish Ricardo Allen, like I said, nothing but the best. It seems like the writing's on the wall that we're definitely going to have to go out and possibly draft a free safety or sign a free safety in free agency. So we're going to see where we go with that. But as far as Allen Bailey, he was another guy that was cut today. No surprise there with Allen Bailey being cut. Since he's came to Atlanta, he's been just like a rotational defensive end and rotational 3 technique nose tackle. He came over from the Kansas City Chiefs 2 seasons ago. And when we signed him, I pretty much knew that he wasn't going to have a huge impact. He's never been one of those players that have been been a Pro Bowl type player, or he's never really been a top end player. So no surprise to see Allen Bailey being cut by the Falcons today. Like I said, he was more of a rotational guy that was brought over mainly because he had familiarity with the former Chiefs defensive coordinator that we brought in, Bob Sutton. He played under Bob Sutton when he was with the Kansas City Chiefs. And a couple years ago, we brought him in to kind of be one of those rotational pass rushers, and things just didn't work out. And I feel like him being cut was the right decision, so we could save on the cap, because we all know that we need more cap space. And then the last player that was cut today or waived was Benkert, the backup quarterback. And to me, Benkert being cut by the team is very interesting, because at this point, the Falcons have no quarterbacks behind Matt Ryan, if I'm not mistaken. I believe Benkert and Matt Schaub were the only two backup quarterbacks that we had. Matt Schaub retired, and now Benkert was waived today or cut. So from my understanding, Matt Ryan is the only quarterback on this roster. So this is really interesting to see Benkert being cut. I do think that Benkert is a decent third string quarterback. I don't know about him being a second string quarterback. Over the last couple years, he's always been like the third string quarterback behind Matt Schaub and has been on the practice squad. I do think Benkert is going to be like a journeyman quarterback in this league, career backup type player. But it's really interesting because we all know that the Falcons have that number 4 pick in this coming draft. So it's going to be real interesting, especially for those Justin Fields fans and those Atlanta Falcons fans that are interested in drafting a quarterback behind Matt Ryan, like a Justin Fields, or the kid Zach Wilson out of BYU, Trey Lance out of the University of North Dakota State. This is going to be very interesting because Terry Fontenot has continued to reiterate that they're going to take the best player available. He also has reiterated that they don't care what position that, they don't care what position that we draft, that we're going to bring in competition for every single position. So this is really interesting that Benkert was cut today. To me, that was the most interesting cut, just for the mere fact that a lot of Falcons fans want the Falcons to bring in a quarterback. So with, these guys, both Matt Schaub retiring and Benkert now being waived, it's going to be very interesting to see if we bring in a veteran quarterback or if we actually decide to go ahead and draft one of these young quarterbacks. If we do decide to draft one of these young quarterbacks, I feel like we should move back in this draft and bring in, bring in more draft capital. But if we do decide to draft a quarterback with that number 4 pick, the guy that I'm going with is Justin Fields or Trey Lance. I think Trey Lance is kind of high to draft at 4, but I like Justin Fields over Zach Wilson. I'm not a big Zach Wilson fan. I think that Justin Fields and Trey Lance will be better NFL quarterbacks. And if I'm drafting at that 4th spot, the quarterback that I'm trying to get in this draft, because we know Trevor Lawrence is going to be gone, is Justin Fields. I think Justin Fields would be the best quarterback for our Atlanta Falcons, for the Arthur Smith style offense. We've seen him with a dual threat quarterback like Ryan Tannehill to a lesser degree, who could actually run and throw, and they could incorporate the RPO in our offense. So this is going to be very interesting to see what the Falcons do at that number 4 spot, especially now that we don't have a backup quarterback on the roster. We'll see if we bring in maybe a veteran quarterback that's possibly a free agent. But with this new regime coming in, with the new GM and the new head coach, you never know what these guys are thinking. So it's going to be a very interesting offseason. But with that being said, this being your boy Jew, you guys definitely hit that subscribe button. If you haven't already hit that subscribe button, we are on the road to 1K. Also, go and hit that subscribe button at Atlanta Falcons Nation. We also on the road to 1K there as well. And also tune in tonight at 7 p.m. Me, Mad Mike, K Styles, we will be talking about Ricardo Allen and these cuts that took place today, which was very interesting. And we also will be doing a Q&A session answering you guys' questions. So definitely tune in to Atlanta Falcons Nation tonight. Mad Mike Sports, definitely go hit that like and subscribe button there as well. He's on the road to 10K. And also go hit that subscribe button for Just K Styles on his channel as well. I believe he's on the road to 200. And also don't forget the queen of Atlanta Falcons Nation, Maggie T. Definitely go hit that subscribe button on her channel as well. But we really appreciate you guys continuing to show us love. But with that being said, I'll holler at you guys in the next video. As always, Falcons Nation, rise up. Peace.